everyone, Stephanie here, coffee drinker, book lover, and reviewer of many things. And I got something to show you. I'm so excited. Um this is your reminder to check public libraries and local bookstores um about fill-a-bag or stuff-a-bag sales because they're the best way to get books. I'm just saying. Also, this is my mom established in 2020 cup, and you don't know what happened. You look like smudged. So weird. Anyway, so a friend and I went to our public library, the one local, and they were doing a fill a bag sale. I had seen it on the website. Well, first, the lady at the bookstore, the book First, the lady at the library had told me about it, that there was going to be one coming up because they have a little cell room. A lot of libraries have cell rooms. It's stuff that doesn't get checked out or hasn't been checked out in a long time, so they put it in a cell room. Someone buys it. And the money goes towards the library. Getting new books or computer stuff or games or putting on events, that's what the money goes towards. And so she had told me, because I saw a book that I need to complete. Okay, they're hard to find, the books. And I was like, ooh, I need this book. And she's like, well, we take cash only. And I was like, dang, okay. Um, I'll hopefully it's there next time I come and I'll bring some cash. And she was like, "Oh, well, Monday, all week next week, it was, because it was the week before. She was like, "Monday is the start of our stuff a bag sale. You get a bag for $10." And I was like, "I'm in." So I told my husband I need $20 because I thought maybe I would do two bags, and I ended up only doing one. There was a lot of kid books or like little chapter books. So like junior high books and books, children's books. But there was also some religious books, and there was a lot of cookbooks and crafty books. Like my friend got a sewing book and a crochet book. And I thought about picking up a cookbook, and I was like, I have to go through my cookbooks first. But I thought I'd share with you what I found. Yeah, so they gave us a reusable bag. I was so excited. I was like, it's going in my collection. If I don't break I was like, if I don't break the straps. So this is not the order that I found these in. Um the room that their little cell was going on in wasn't very big. It had maybe 7 bookshelves, but like it was most of them were double stacked, and they had a little wheelie cart, a cart, um, off to the side that had some books on it also. They had some Harry Potter books. I didn't grab those because I got the whole collection right here. I don't need any more. Um, but yeah. So the first thing that's on top, because it was the last thing I went and got, is this beginner Bible, timeless children's stories. Um my sister my okay, so my youngest nephew has been interested in church, and he went, we're like, okay. And so he She wanted to get him something that, told some of the stories more simple and didn't scare him away. So she's been talking about getting him one of these, and I was like, what when I was walking through, it was like I saw it, I pulled it off the shelf, I took a picture and sent it to her. And I was like, "Have you gotten one of these for him yet?" And she was like, and she didn't text me right back. I went to where our kids were playing. There's a nice little play area, and we took turns going in, me and my friend. And so where she was with the kids, I went over and sat down, and I had a terrible headache. So I was um and my sister texts back and she was like, "I haven't gotten one yet." And I was like, "Okay, I'll grab it." So I ran back in and I was like, "I still have room in my bag," and I stuck it right on top. And nothing else could fit in there. Um it almost didn't fit. Um so I got that. While I was looking through, I would see the spines and read what was there, and I would be if it sounded interesting or if I recognized the author, I would pull it out and I would read the little summary. And I found this one called Fire Spell by Chloe Neal, and it just sounds interesting. A girl's parents decide to send her to a boarding school. She's not happy. Um, there's a brat pack type uh group. I don't know. It just sounds interesting, so I was like, I'm gonna add it to my to read that my read next year. Then I found Hidden Figures. I was very excited about that because I like this kind of the stories of stuff that happened, but they're interesting. Plus, I liked the movie. Um, this one was there. Now, I didn't read Love, Simon, but I heard that this one was good too. So I don't know if I need to read the first book. I probably do. But I thought it was in like yeah, so I grabbed it. Yeah. And then I don't know if anyone else remembers, but places like Barnes and Noble used to get these pretty little pamphlet like that had like a chapter or two in them, and like they'd be like tiny. I think I have one. Like little pamphlet things like this. Um and there's like 30 pages. This one has 56 pages, like, like little snippets of the stories. Well, one of them that I remember getting, I don't know why I don't know why I never got rid of these. But they were in my stuff when I was unpacking and I was like, put them on the shelf. Um but I remember I got this one also. It's got to be somewhere because I remember reading the little snippet of this and I don't remember if I liked it or not, but it looked interesting. Um, so I grabbed it. If you've ever read this, let me know because I'm interested in knowing more. I heard it was like, is it not dystopian? Is it dystopian? Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't remember, but yeah. And then, oh no, I knocked So, um, I have I have another book of Elizabeth Lowell. I think is how you say it. Somewhere, but I don't remember if I've read it or not. And I was like, it sounds interesting. The Wrong Hostage. Uh, Grace Sylvia clawed her way out of poverty to become one of the most respectable judges on the federal branch. The steadfast believer in the sanctity of the law. She has never allowed doubt or vulnerability to cloud her judgment or her influence, except now her teenage son is in the hands of a desperate and bloodthirsty criminal. Um, yeah. So I'm excited to read that. Eventually. Um, so I know that I like oh my gosh, what's it called? You see me struggle. So I have one of his other books, um Hangman's Curse. This cover also glows in the dark. So cool. Anyway, so I have Hangman's Curse and I remember I really liked this. So I saw his name and I was like, well, I got to get it, right? It says it all begins in Beacon's Corner, a teeny farming community far from the interstate. An attempted murder and a case of mistaken or cover up identity, and a ruthless lawsuit against a struggling school. Sally Beth Rowe, a young loner, finds herself caught in the middle of these bizarre events, fleeing for her life while trying to recall her dark past. Yeah. So I thought, yeah. Um, I got this one, The Girl Who Ignored Ghosts. It's book one of The Unbelievers. Now I don't know anything about this either, but I saw the spine and I was like, uh, I I want to know because it says it's not that she doesn't believe in ghosts. No, she's seen too many. Is how the back of this starts. This might be, I don't know. I don't know. But we'll find out if I like it or not later on in life. Then, so you know how I have the Pretty Little Liars way right up there? Now, I don't have the whole collection of Pretty Little Liars, but I do have quite a few of them. I think I need two more to complete the whole series. But the same author, Sarah Shepard, also wrote the Lion Game novels, and so they had two of them. And I was like, heck, I might as well get them. Um, they're I don't think um oh, this is the second book, and I don't know which book this is. Oh, this is the okay, so Never Have I Ever is the second book, and Hide and Seek is the fourth book in the series. But yeah. I was a little upset that one of them is the hardback one. But you know what? It's fine. That's not why we go to these things. We go because we're supporting the library. Um then I got Night Star. It's part of the Immortal um series. Why could my brain not think of the word series? I have Evermore. I got it at the last book library fill a bag thing that I did. So now I have two of the books. And it makes me happy. What else do we have? I picked up this book, Flies. It says on the back, it says, these are exciting, high tension stories told in a thriving, torrential narrative that never lets up. There are monsters, there are kids with mad, crazy superpowers, there are mysteries of where all the adults went. Most of all, there are children I can believe in and root for. Stephen King said that about this book, so I had to get it. If Steve thinks it's good. Then I got these two books. Um I thought I had some of these, but I guess I don't. But I've always wanted to read them because I don't remember ever reading these. So I grabbed them, and yeah, my future. Um, I don't know. They might be more teen-esque. I'm not sure. What is this? Vampires? I don't know, but I got them. And then, and then I was so excited. Okay, so I don't know if y'all remember, but I got a book that looks similar to this one. Um, in my last um book stuff a bag thing, and I was like, it's part of a series where a bunch of different authors write for the series. It's called Annie's Mysteries Unraveled. Um, and I was like, oh. So whenever I got the previous book, I was like, I looked it up. You can only get them off of a certain website. They may or may not be in stock. Okay. I don't think they need to be read in order. I am not positive about that, but I found two more. I found two more, and now I have three of them, and it makes me happy. It's crochet. Uh, they're crochet mysteries. Do I crochet? No, but I thought they were interesting. Um, and then moving on to my kid and other stuff. Um, so first, I got a Goosebumps book, The Ghost of Slappy. To add to my Goosebumps. It's right there in between the Harry Potter and So You Want to Be a Wizard series. This is my collection. It goes back behind it and stacks this way. But now I have another book to add to that, and I found Frightville. Don't Let the Doll In. Um, they're like Goosebumps, but not, obviously. But I thought that was like, yeah. Um, and my kid is probably too old for this book, but I thought she'd enjoy it anyway. 8 silly monkeys, and you get to count the monkeys and talk, it's them jumping on the bed. And I thought she'd like it because she likes the song. No, I like how Ian said nobody mentioned anything about jumping on the couch. In my house, you're allowed to jump on the couch. She can jump on her bed too right now because it's just on a mattress on the floor. Um, anyway, 8 silly monkeys. And then I'm always adding to our Halloween books. So I got Halloween Howl. It's Clifford. Um, she doesn't know who Clifford is, but I grew up with Clifford, and this makes me happy. Also, if you look right here, this shelf has our seasonal books on them, and so we have like some Valentine's Day books, we have birthday books, we have a small chunk of like Easter. I think there's like 2 books of Easter. Then this whole section right here is Halloween, and then that little section back there is Christmas. Okay, that's it. That's everything I got. And now I also have a new grocery bag to take with me to the store. And that makes me happy too. Um Fill bag sells make me happy. Do you like fill a bag sells? I know um oh my gosh, I forgot what the bookstore's name is. I don't remember the name. I know there have been in this last month of June, there have been several different places in the state of Texas doing fill a bag or stuff a bag sales, even if it's not books. I know some kid store, like the ones that sell the kid clothes, they've been doing stuff. Um, I know of 2 bookstores that did a fill a bag sell, but they were like an hour from me, and I didn't want to go alone with my kid. Um, I know there's a place in Houston that does them all the time, and I'm like, oh, I want to go, but again, it's like an hour from me, and I don't want to go by myself. It doesn't look like it's in the safest part of town. But yeah, fill a bag sells. Now that I showed you everything that I got, have you read any of these? Let me know in the comments. You can drop if you know of a bookstore or a library that's doing a fill a bag sale, you can drop it, the name of the place and the dates that they're doing it in the comment section, so maybe someone else can go and get books. Um and I should have written down all of the places. Oh, did you know you can go to find booksellfinder.com? I didn't even know about this. How cool is that? And then it tells you cities and states. It has future sales. Um, Bookstores and ongoing sales. I was looking for libraries, but anyway, but that's cool. That's not what I was looking for. Um, it looks like Davis Library just got done with a just got done with a fill-a-bag sell. Harrington Library is doing a fill-a-bag sell in October, so if you know where that library is, keep an eye out. Haggard Library? Oh, where are these? I think that's in Plano? Anyway, Haggard, I think is how you say it. Theirs is in December. Um, Navasota Library is doing theirs now until till there a date. Till July 31st. Okay. Most of them only do it for like a week. That's why that's confusing to me. Oh no, what just happened? Okay. I backed out and it took me somewhere else. You can check Instagram. Oh goody a book. Wait. Fill a bag sell every first Saturday and Sunday of the month. So if you're near Oh Goody a Book, I don't know where that is, but now you know that they have a sale the first Saturday and Sunday of every month. That's cool. But theirs is $30 to fill a bag. The Navasota one was $10 for a bag. And I didn't see a price for the Plano libraries. Sorry, I forgot to look for that. I don't really want to see past stuff. That's the problem. I'm clicking on stuff and it's like, oh yeah, back in April. Oh yeah, in March we did. No, went to the future. We're looking for the future. Anyway, I just googled stuff a bag sales. So that's an idea for you to do in the future. I don't know what else to talk about. They make me happy. I love going and looking at all the books and finding new friends. Finding new friends and new friends and new friends. Um, and this actually helps me out because okay, maybe it doesn't help me out. So my plan for next year's reading challenge is to start going through my whole bookshelves, all of them, and like whenever I have a part of a series, I want to like if I have book 1 and book 4 and there's 5 books in the series, I want to get to 3 and 6 also, or like the rest of the series. Now, I won't do that for like Nancy Drew because there's over 100 books in the series. And yeah. But I'm gonna slowly start organizing my books up here. Actually, I have slowly started organizing them. At my you can't see it, but the top shelf up I don't know if I can. Uh, so this top shelf up here has a Good Girl's Guide to Murder in that corner, and then right here is all of my Jim Butcher books. Um, and then in behind the Good Girl's Guide to Murder here, there is my Anne Bishop books. Um, I don't have all of them to complete the series, so I'm gonna have to get I think like 2 more books for that. And then on this shelf behind these pop punk stuff, um I have a bunch of Stephen King books. And then on this shelf there's a bunch of Stephen King books, and then there's books that I've never read before behind these. And then there's some that I have read. And then we have some like cozy mystery books. My arm's getting tired, sorry. And then back and that on that shelf back there is all but one of the adult um all Left Behind books because my grandma gave them to me and I didn't know that we're missing a book. And then we have the Ender Game books. I have not read all of the Ender Game books. I think I've read the first 2. And oh, I just realized that you could see that I was wearing sweatpants. I'm cold, so I just popped them on. Um, the Mrs. Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children is in that section on this side, along with some really old cookbooks that I'm not gonna touch because they're like falling apart. I just keep them because I'm like. And then the Wicked. I have the the Wicked book is up there, and a few other like odds and ends of stuff. And then I have all of the Pretty Little Liars books back there. And I have some funny cat books. I have like the picture books. And some other odd books. Like I've read some of them, I haven't read some of them. They're just there. And then on this shelf, like I said, I already told you. Lots of Stephen King and then random odds and ends and the all of these right here except for that one. Everything else there is a cozy mystery. I got my grandma into the Libby Klein series that I've read like 3 books of. And so now she buys the book and she reads them and then she gives them to me so I can have the recipes out of them. This this shelf has random books on it. Um, they're mostly the ones that I got last time that I did a fill a bag sale. Um, so there's those, and then I have like these 2 books are like short stories. My mom gave them to me. Um, these books, these 2 small books here are part of my reading challenge, and then there's these ones are part of the challenge that I didn't finish last year. So they're there so I can see them. Um, I also have some anime right here, and behind it are some old teen books, junior high books. There's some Bunnicula, there's some Treehouse, there's some Sweet Valley High books. There's one, it's something about witches and zombies and like, the little bitty thin books. And then we have my Harry Potter, Goosebumps, and So You Want to Be a Wizard section. And then over there is mostly uh junior high, young teen books. Oh, and I have the on that section back there, I have the Minecraft books. I have Anne of Green Gables. I have the Kid Left Behind books. I have all of those. And then like Frankenstein, Romeo and Juliet, um, books. And so some of the books on my shelves I haven't read, and some of them it's been a long time since I read. Like whenever next year happens, I probably won't read the Jim Butcher books. Although there was a new book that I don't think I've read, so maybe I'll like listen to it. Because we have all of them on Audible also. Um I might read The Good Girl's Guide to Murder because that bottom book there I don't remember reading. Things like that. So if I can tell you what the story is about, I probably won't read it. If I can be like, "Oh, yes, this book is about blah 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 blah, and this is what happened in this book." Um, I'm not going to read it. But if it's something like some of the Stephen King books, it's been a long time since I've read Stephen King. So, I'll probably pick up some Stephen King. But I don't want to read just Stephen King for the whole year, which I could probably do with how many Stephen King books that I have. So I'll mix it up a little bit. But there's your idea of why I needed more books. Um, anyway, that is all I have to talk about. Find a fill a bag or stuff a bag sell, and get you some books because books are fun. And if there is an apocalypse, you're gonna need something to do when you're stuck inside trying to stay away from those zombies. Been watching zombie movies and TV shows. So give me a thumbs up if you like this video and comment below if you have a fill a bag sell or a stuff a bag sell near you that's doing books. Specify if it's books or clothing and put the dates, including the year because some people might watch this in the future. And then let me know also if you've read any of these books and if you think that I'm going to like them. Um, because sometimes it's I don't know. I just like the cover. It looked pretty. You know? Um and subscribe if you're not sure if you want to subscribe, you can click my face. It'll pop up down here and it'll take you to my channel and you can check out my other my other videos. I do a lot of book videos. But I also play Nancy Drew sometimes, or I'll just if I find something that I'm like, oh my gosh, how come no one ever talks about this? I'll do a review on it. Not sponsored by any of those. If you ever see a thing pop up at the top that says um sponsored or paid for or whatever, it's probably because I'm using my links for like my paper pie books or to send you to Amazon. Um, because I want to cover myself just in case they're like, "Oh, you tried to sell things." No, I really just want to provide. I mean, yeah, I might, depending on what it is, I might get some pennies off of the sell, but really, I just want to provide you with a way to get to the book without having to search for it, or the item without having to search for it. Because sometimes that's when you get sucked down the rabbit hole. You're scrolling on Amazon or whatever website, and you forgot that you were there for this certain thing, and then you start buying everything. I'm just trying to help. Um, I'm just trying to help. Um, but yeah, that's why sometimes that pops up at the top, and I don't know what else to talk about. I'm not even sure where I'm gonna put this in my playlist. Anyway, share this video because sharing is caring, and everyone needs to know about Fill a Bag and Stuff a Bag sells because you can get some pretty great items out of it. Look, there was an entire encyclopedia. I would have needed 2 more bags, but I didn't grab them. Someone else might need them. That's all I'm going to talk about today. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you on my next video. Bye!